What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of this build series, and I figured, well, when am I ever going to be able to do a video sitting in the engine compartment of the Jeep? Anyways, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on this project. In my previous video, we removed the engine, we disassembled it, we broke it down, and we sent it off to the machine shop. It's now been about 3 weeks since we've dropped the engine off, and we ran into a little bit of an issue. Apparently ARP, which is the company that manufactures the head studs and the main studs for just about any application, is having an issue. I guess everything's on back order. Basically, long story short, I had to find a set of main studs local and then have them shipped to the machine shop in order to get the ball rolling. Be sure to smash the subscribe button and the like button and mark notifications all so that you get notified when we upload new content. Alright. Basic rundown. As of right now, at this moment, we are doing pistons, rods, bearings, balancing the crankshaft, line bore, main studs, head studs, valve springs, retainers, cam, and that's about it. So I was doing some shopping online and looking at stuff like a flex plate and just kind of pricing out the supercharger for the millionth time. But basically, right here, we've got the old pistons, we have the head bolts, and we've got some oil squirters. There's the cam stuff, there's the timing stuff right here, and come here. And what will now be deleted, the MSD lifter stuff. Do I have a... Would you look at that? We replaced the valve springs, retainers, shimmed the valve springs, and just replaced the valve guide seals and just made sure that these cylinder heads were good to be reused. And honestly, I'm getting a little antsy. And I tend to spend money and go shopping when I'm antsy. The problem is that now we're in the middle of a project, which means I'm just looking at random things like lowering kits, exhaust, stuff like that. But I figured we might as well get into the reason why a rebuild like this is necessary. This is the factory OEM camshaft. It still has orange paint on it. I don't know how that got there, but that's where it is. And we've got an MDS lifter, which is the cylinder shutdown, as well as a regular lifter. Basically, the lifter rides on the cam lobe, which opens and closes the valves, which lets the air in and the exhaust out of your engine. This is what winds up happening. Where is it? There it is. Right here, you can tell that the finish on the cam lobe has degraded, and there is actual pit marks right there. So the lifter rides on the cam lobe, like so, and this is an MDS cam lobe. This is a cylinder. The MDS lifter rides on the cam lobe, like so, opening and closing the valves. This one has a pressure relief hole in it, and this is a non-MDS lifter, which does not have a pressure relief hole in it. And the engine's going to get put together using a fresh set of Hellcat lifters. Basically, what this does is it relieves the oil pressure when the computer requests it, and it shuts down 4 out of your 8 cylinders. And they're a huge problem across the Hemi engine lineup. So, what we have to replace it is the Comp Cam's Max Effort Supercharged Camshaft. Also, I don't think I mentioned this, but my ECU is sent out to HP tuners to be unlocked so we can do some tuning on this vehicle when we're done doing the engine refresh and all the upgrades. Now this is the new part, and this is something you do not want to drop, but it's kind of difficult to see just with me showing you like this, but if I set them next to each other, I'm going to try and figure out how to show you that these two different camshafts are in fact different. I can tell just from looking at it, the way the profile of the cam lobes are, as well as the valve overlap. So this is 1 cylinder, 2 cylinder, 3 cylinder, 4, and so on. And then this bit at the end is your timing, ignition, and advance or retard. Haha. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in the bag so that we can avoid it rusting. This is a 272 intake and 286 cam lobe. I purchased all these parts off of Modern Muscle Extreme. Is that the best distributor? I don't know. That's just who I went with. The customer service was where it needed to be. And the parts are quality. I mean, it's Molly pistons, Molnar rods, comp cam, ARP, Cometic head gasket. I also forgot to mention that we got upgraded push rods and taken exhaust. These are just random tools. Here's the deal though, guys. We're going for 1,000 horsepower and 1,000 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels, which means the transmission, transfer case, rear diff, axles, drive shafts, those things are all gonna come into question. Now, I don't know exactly how I want to go about this, but we are going to continue doing upgrades until we reach that power level. But as far as the engine goes, that is, I feel, the most time-consuming component of this entire thing, because every other component that needs to be upgraded is just a simple remove and replace, or remove and install, versus remove, measure, use massive expensive machinery in order to make perfect. But what's cool about this entire project is once it's done, this Jeep is gonna be good for 200,000 miles, hopefully. I mean, well, if we start running big power numbers and then possibly add nitrous or whatever, there's a good possibility that it could blow up. We're gonna try and mitigate that risk, minimize it. But there is a strong possibility that something is going to kinetically disassemble itself or explode. Hopefully the machine shop's gonna be done soon, because this is a little bit ridiculous. I mean, it's like this is like the most uncomfortable lazy boy recliner. This is a throne. Is this a throne? This is a throne. Hold on. King of the castle, I have a chair. King of the castle, stupid. All right, guys. I think something I didn't touch on was the oil pump. We're going with a Melling high flow, high pressure oil pump. It might be high pressure and not high flow, or high flow and not high pressure. I believe it's high pressure, regular flow, upgraded Melling oil pump. We're doing everything. We are literally doing everything we can possibly do to this, short of replacing the cylinder heads or doing a port and polish. But I've been looking at the Cook's 2" by 3" long tube headers and the green catted mid pipes. I would like to leave the resonator because I'm foolishly assuming that I'm going to be able to daily drive this thing. I might, or I might get a beater. When your daily needs a daily. I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you get notified when we upload. And I'm excited to see where this project goes. I mean, I'm looking at torque converters, transmissions, transfer cases. The Amazon Prime lady just looked at me funny. All right, until next video, you guys, I'm out. Peace.